Your boy Aaron Moses. Hey, so look, bro. At the end of the day, I'm not gonna break down everything that happened as far as the Kelpy interview. I'm just gonna give my message, my review, my interaction, my reaction to the whole situation, right? I'm not a pimp, bro. I am a former D boy. I was in the streets. I'm 31 years old, and I do want to give life to Kelpy. To I think his name's Kenneth. At the end of the day, bro, you understanding that you're not a pimp is imperative. It's okay to not be a pimp. It's okay to not be a real. Most people grew up poor, bro. Most people have. But that doesn't mean that you have to conform to negativity, bro. That doesn't mean that you have to go ahead and do anything negative. That doesn't mean that you have to not work a job, excuse me, or get a trade or get a skill or anything like that. You can speak properly. You can do things that will put you in a better position, to get life in your life. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you saying that you're a pimp um, would give the connotation that you're a real street nigga, man. Which at the end of the day, there are rules to being a real street nigga, right? If you were to say that you're a crip or a blood or a pimp, people are going to be offended because they lost years of their life. They lost I'm gonna say it in plain English. And when you have given your life and you have dedicated time and you have put a lot of time that have put you in negative situations, and somebody comes ahead and they say, oh, yeah, I deserve the same respect as someone who has been to prison and has been to jail and has lost a lot of time out their life from doing what you're professing to say that you do, people are going to take offense to that, right? You're only 19, and yes, you're Caucasian, which that I don't, like I said, I'm not a pimp, but somebody who has been through the system, somebody who has been robbed and kidnapped and stabbed at and shot at and things like that, somebody who has been put in a lot of negative situations because I said I was doing something and I actually did do something. Not pimping. I'm not a pimp. I would never. Nobody that you ever know that has ever met me would ever say that I said I was a pimp. That's not my life. But because this is under the umbrella of street activities, I can defend this and actually give you the information that you need, right? So at the end of the day, you might have been a D boy or done whatever. You might have robbed houses. I don't know what you've done. But at the end of the day, you would take offense to somebody if you were a Christian, let's say, and you read the Bible for hours and hours and you prayed to God and you dedicated your life and you've been baptized and you did everything that you needed to do to be considered a Christian, and some person read uh, three scriptures out the Bible and they tried to say that they were just as saved as you or what have you, you would be offended, right? If you were a vegetarian or a vegan and somebody, hasn't even been through the stages of the withdrawal of meat and they haven't gone through what you have to go through, spending the money to be a vegetarian, spending the money to be a vegan, going through what you have to, whatever it is that you personally have to go. I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm trying to put this here. Whatever the case may be, you don't want people to just be able to have the same title as you if they haven't put in that work. So you saying you're a blood, or you saying you're a crip, or you saying you're a pimp, which the pimping and gang banging is not the same thing. It's not. But at the end of the day, you have to understand. Look, when I was younger, when I was in high school, RIP to this young man. There was a guy who got, listen, nothing happened to him. I'm trying to help him out. There was a young man when I was younger. He got jumped every day because he lied and he said that he was a part of a certain gang. Shout out to that gang. I don't want to say their name. But he said every day that he got initiated into that gang. But what happened was he got jumped in the gang and he started crying and asked them to stop initiating him into that gang. And after that, for whatever reason, he felt the want or the need to tattoo that gang, I believe, on his hand. So they jumped him every single day. They jumped him every day. And you know what happened to that young kid? He was probably 14 or 15. He was in high school. He might have been 13, maybe even 12. They jumped him every single day until he took his own life. A lot of people would agree with what the gang did. A lot of people wouldn't. A lot of people, whether they be a blood or a crib or about those locals 13 or a norteño or a pimp or maybe a deep boy, a lot of people will do that to you. And I know you saw that Snooki interview, that Snooki little documentary, where he was like, "My mama's sweet. She's nice." You know what happened the last time somebody said something about my mama? They got beat up every day by people they didn't even know. That's what happened to dude. Some people feel very strongly about their lifestyle and the work that they contribute to making their lifestyle look good. And when you don't make their lifestyle look good, when they put all this energy into it, they might want to hurt you to the point where you feel like removing your body from your soul permanently. And you keep on trying to coerce Sharpe into doing an interview. You think he wants to do another interview with you? The whole reason that you did the interview is because you didn't have the game. That's the whole reason. Because it's not for you. Because you said, well, you FaceTime me and you promised me money. That's the whole thing about it, bro. The game, that lifestyle, from my understanding, I'm not a P. From my understanding, it's not about just money. It's about elevation. It's about something that you personally don't believe in. You worship the money. You said you're a good manager. You said you're cool at doing the CEO thing. You said that you're good at entrepreneurship. You said that you're a good student. You said that if you were to go to school, you were going to excel. You didn't say it in that way, but why would you try to even go to school if you didn't think you would try to pass? And I believe you, because you were just in school 2 years ago because you're 19. Now, let's bring it back to that. You being 19 doesn't have anything to do with you not being chosen by the game. That's not what I'm saying. Because lots of people have been involved in criminality before they were the age of 18. Lots of people have been involved in criminality. There have been a lot of successful gang bangers, gang members, pimps, hoes, prostitutes, renegades, uh, 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 any form of criminality people have been successful in while they were still the same age as a high schooler. That doesn't mean that you can't be good at what you do, because some people were just called to do it. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter that you're white. It doesn't matter that you're 19, that you're not old enough to buy your own alcohol. It's just simply not for you because how you conduct yourself. Now you keep on want to say, "Oh yeah, he wasn't doing it professionally." It's not that he wasn't doing it professionally. It's that you keep trying to convince people you're a real street nigga, but if you're a real If you were a real street nigga, you wouldn't let a motherfucker tell you what Sharpe told you, what Almighty Suspect tell you, to keep continuously telling you to shut up and don't speak. And I feel like throwing my drink on you, and I feel like doing this to you, and I feel like physically assaulting you, bro. You're a real street nigga if you're a pimp, and you cannot let people tell you that they feel like throwing a motherfucking drink on you. It's not about you being chill. It's not about you being a man. It's not about you holding your poise. It's not about you being professional. Nigga, a pimp is a criminal, bro. And a criminal has to be how we used to say in the 90s, bout it. A criminal has to be ready to pop off just like a dope boy, just like a gangbanger in a different way, but in the same way, because it's all about competition. You can't let a motherfucker say that they want to throw a drink on you. They feel like punching you in the face. Nigga, don't say why to me like that. Shut up. Don't speak until I let you. Nigga, you keep on trying to talk to the camera how you're talking to bitches, but you wouldn't talk like that in front of them, and you wouldn't do it again if you had the opportunity. And if you did, it would be for clout. And if you did, it wouldn't be authentic. And if you did, niggas wouldn't respect it. It wouldn't matter. If you had a second opportunity, bro, I'm gonna give you the biggest cliche in American history. There's only one time to make a fucking first impression. And you failed, bro. You failed. You wore that fucking Toy Story. I don't even want to roast you. It's not even. That's not my bag. That's not what I'm doing this for. I'm trying to save your life, and I'm trying to get you to understand that that's not how life works. You're only 19, bro. And if you have the luxury to live to 20, to 21, to 31, how old I am, you have to understand that you don't want all these felonies. You don't want to go to jail. You don't want to be in a room full of, even if you don't want to be in a room full of white guys, which that's not gonna happen if you when you go to prison. I'm not trying to speak into your life, but if you do go to prison for what you're doing, you're not gonna be in a room full of white guys, and you don't want to even do that. You're gonna be in a room full of black guys that's scared of a room full of Mexican guys. And there's gonna be a sprinkle of white guys that you're not even gonna want to be around. And then when you take a shower and you're jacking off to one of your girlfriends, it's gonna be a grown ass man taking a grown ass shit when you're trying to bust a grown ass nut. And that's not pleasant. And I've done it a lot, bro. And it's not luxurious. So you need to go to college. Like my nigga Sent for the Peace said, which I know you watched this video, you need to give your life to God. You need to give your life to college. You need to give your life to yourself, and not this weird. That's not what you want to do, bro. Because I came from probably a very similar environment as you, and you want to talk like these rappers, bro. Let me tell you something about what you're doing. The people that you're trying to speak like, they don't even want to speak like that. Because when they were trying to get a job, it was hard for them to get a job. And they felt hopeless. They felt depressed. They felt anxiety because they thought that was the only thing they could do. And a lot of those people, had they not died because they couldn't stop speaking like that because they didn't have the exposure to life to not stop speaking like that, they would have died and you would have never knew about them, bro. So you need to stop giving your energy to ignorance because you are blessed. Okay, I'm not gonna call you, what a dude call you, white privilege to P. Yes, you do have white privilege. So go ahead and I'm not saying I wish I was white, but if I was white, I wouldn't be trying to act like a nigga. I wouldn't be trying to act like the a human trafficker. And I know P's aren't human traffickers, but that's what most people think that pimps are. So why are you trying to act like somebody that most people consider child molesters and rapists and human traffickers and the worst people in the world? Most people think pimps are worse than killers. Most people think that pimps are worse than people who import thousands of kilos of drugs in this country. Most people think that pimps are worse than Catholic priests that molest little boys every day. And that's what you want to portray yourself as? And you're a white man? You're not even a man. You're a white guy? Why are you doing? Why do you want to do the worst thing that you could do in the world, or at least try to convince people who don't know what the fuck they're talking about that you're the worst thing in the world? Do you think that's smart? That's dumb. You might as well damn be a Satanist. I will respect you more if you tried to say that you were Anton LaVey reincarnated and you were a Satanist and you're trying to give the new rebirth to the satanic church and you moved to California and tried to get it popping. I will respect you so much more, bro. Because number one, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Because you didn't see it. Because like they kept telling you, you can't Google it. It's not a bean pie recipe. It's not grandma's tamales. But you have to be around it. You have to be in a certain state of mind. Just like being a gangster, bro. You actually have to be traumatized by other gangsters and raised by gangsters to be an effective gangster. It's not something you could just Google, unfortunately for you. And the thing about it is, being a P is going to be legalized at some point. And it's going to water it down. It's going to make it horrible. And they're going to think about you, bro. And you're only 19. And what's that word y'all use? Cringe. When you grow up, hopefully you will. When you turn 32, 34, 35, and you watch this goofy shit, when you watch this dumb shit back again, you're not gonna be comfortable. You're gonna cringe. The fact that that's crazy, bro. I'm not going to just try to give you all the information. You think it's all about money. It's not. You think you're supposed to coerce people to do what you want them to do and they don't get any benefits from it and you just get all the money and then yeah, it's not predominantly about money. What you're doing comes from slavery. What you're doing comes from community. What you think you're doing, it comes from elevation. It comes from trying to emanate greatness. What you do is built for people who want to be the best they can be and better to the point where it's an illness. To the point where nobody can understand what you're doing but God. And you're far from that. And I want you to grow and I want you to be an old ass man. And I want you to take the little information that you think you have and I want you to be better. And I want you to understand that you're better than putting yourself in a position to die or to go to jail. Because it comes with things that a lot of people don't understand. You're not prepared to die. You're scared of death. You're scared of life, how you dress. You can't even get off drugs, so you're obviously scared of life. You can't even force them bitches to get off of drugs, so you're scared of women. You were so enamored, you were so mesmerized by the worst person in the world, so you're scared of reality, you're scared of real life. You're still not in school, so you're scared of education. You don't even want to be yourself, so you're scared of yourself. You couldn't even say what you wanted to say in front of Sharpe and the other Almighty So you're scared of them dudes. So why you couldn't even say, "Oh, you don't even want to let me talk. You don't even want to speak my peace." You're scared of peace. If you really wanted peace, you would invite peace in your life by not doing what you're doing. Because what you're doing, when you're doing what you're doing, there's no peace involved. You can't speak peace because if you would have done it, bro. If you really, if you really want to be all you can be, you gotta stop calling yourself a P. There's no other way. This is not what you want. You're not prepared to go to jail or prison for 50 years because you're only 19. And let me tell you something about being 19, bro. You don't have a full brain yet. You think you do? You don't have all your emotions yet. You've only been experiencing empathy. The average person doesn't get empathy until they're 16. You've only been empathetic, and I could tell you don't have empathy because because you're keeping bitches on, you're keeping 18-year-olds on drugs, and you've been coercing them to sell their bodies for 2, 3 years. Out of your own mouth, you already said it. So at the end of the day, you don't even have full empathy. Your skull's not even all the way closed. You don't have exactly. You only a P on GTA. You're not even. They don't even. Do they have that feature? They shouldn't. But at the end of the day, you don't have a full brain. You don't have a full spectrum of emotions. You don't even have a full. You can't even grow a full beard. You don't have a full anything, which is fine. That's okay because you're just a teenager. It's not because you're young. It's because that's not in you, bro. And it's okay. It's okay to be yourself. That's what you're supposed to do. You're going against yourself. And you're only gonna not be around. You're only gonna destroy yourself if you go against yourself. That's inevitable. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, if you really want to have it your way and if you want to do all of this and okay, you could be that and you could be the cool white guy that pretends to have those mannerisms and things like that. But when I was 19, bro, I was facing 20 years and I couldn't even, I didn't feel anything because there was no way for me to feel that. But if I'm 31 and I would have been getting out of prison in 9 more years. And I was a little thing when I was 19. I was probably a little smaller than you. When I was 19, I was like 5'5", probably 112 pounds, bro. And I'm still not even that big. I'm only 5'9", 140 pounds. And I would have grew up in prison off of jail food, and I was a virgin. Okay, you're not a virgin, cool. But at the end of the day, this is not what you want. And that's what they were trying to tell you. And there are people that are willing, because not all P's, some P's were G's, some P's were C's, some P's were B's, some P's were GD's, some P's were BD's, some P's were not P's, and they grew up in that gangster life and they have those same principles and they have those same standards. And some of them will take your soul from your body from claiming what you're claiming to claim because that's all they know. That's more important than you going to prison because some people have lost people from being a P and from claiming this. Not this. I'm not doing what you say you're doing. But some people, that's all they know how to respond to. That's the only thing they know how to do when they feel like you're being fraudulent in their lifestyle and they lost people and they paid all these dues and they did all this work and they did what you will never do. You just saying what you said and you incriminating yourself. They have enough evidence to put you away. They do. Because both of them bitches will snitch on you. And the only way for you to go to jail for what you're doing is hiding money and bitches telling on you. And both of them bitches will do that. Because of how you're moving, how you're acting. And if you're on drugs and you have mood swings, like you say you have mood swings, you're gonna say something extreme enough to make one of them bitches want to tell on you. You're gonna do that. Hopefully you don't. And hopefully you don't go to prison. But I care about you. I care about you. I care about you, and I care about everybody who thinks they can do something that you're not doing, thinking that you're doing something you're not doing, and they want to be like Matt Kelpy and all the little. Because 9 times out of 10, it's not gonna be any black guys that try to emulate what you're doing. But at the end of the day, it's a big possibility because of how you speak, because how you present yourself, because of the Toy R Us clothes that you have on, because of the scratch off motherfucking shoes that your bitches were wearing, because these motherfuckers look like they listen to XXX Tentacion all day and they just chose up with you because you got that motherfucking Chuck E. Cheese jewelry, because you got that motherfucking Cece's pizza ass motherfucking outfit on, because you're just a weird looking ass, awkward ass bracelet. Bro, I don't, again, not trying to, I'm just letting you guys know what not to do. If you're watching this, if you think you want to be like Matt Kelp, I don't even want to call you a man. If you want to be like this pizza face ass white guy, that's on you. But your stupid ass is gonna go to not jail. You're gonna go to jail at some point for 52 days or however long it takes you to fight your case. But if you think 13 years is a long time, you're gonna go to jail for 13 years times 5. How about that? For the rest of your life. You're never gonna have pussy. You're never gonna be able to open a refrigerator. You're never gonna be able to tie your shoes. You're never going to be able to go outside when you want to. You're never gonna be able to download anything. You're never gonna be able to get on Facebook unless you pay $5,000 for an iPhone. You're never gonna be able to touch a woman. You're never gonna be able to hug your mother. You're never gonna be able to go to sleep when you want to. You're never gonna be able to smell how you want to exactly. You're never gonna be able to wear your own clothes. You're never gonna have a closet. If you wanna make more money, you're not gonna have that option. You're never gonna be able to ever do anything you want to. And if you think you are, when you get there and they tell you to open your booty hole, open your ass, grab your dick, lift it up, lift your fucking cock, open your balls, open your mouth, run your hands through your hair, give me your blood, take these tuberculosis shots, take a flu shot. You're gonna have to want to be a pimp, and you're really not supposed to be. You're gonna have to open your booty cheeks. That's gonna remember it for the rest of your life. It's not pleasant. Just live your life. No, he didn't die. He's still alive. Is he dead? Did he die? I hope not. If so, I mean, that's on him. I don't wish death on anybody for the most part. And if I did, you would know. Well, yeah, because I talk too much on social media. He died? Nah, he didn't die, dude. He just put out a video. He went on there to boost his SoundCloud. Oh, the feds just took 20,000. The feds just took $18.8 thousand from you, and then you went on a social media platform and got 1 million views, and then you went on another social media platform and got another 500,000 views. Nigga, why do you think them bitches didn't want to go on there? because they were smarter than that. So you think worse than a dysfunctional ass bitch that got molested and that got raped. What is that? That makes me think that you got molested and got raped and got touched by your sneaky uncle. That doesn't even make sense. That's dumb. Rome says, no, like whoever trying to be a pimp, trying to pimp without having to, just live your life. It's not about having to. It's about when I was younger, bro. I'm not a pimp. I'm not trying to. But look, some my father told me he wasn't talking about pimping. He was talking about cleaning up. But a lot of information is just applicable to a lot of different situations. My father told me that everything has a place. Sometimes motherfuckers just have to pimp because it's a lot of different people in situations that just need your help. And if you just keep getting drawn into certain lifestyles, it's just gonna come to you. Like when I was selling dope, I just understood that people weren't gonna do it like me. I didn't think I was gonna sell dope when I was a kid. I can't even talk about that because YouTube always cancels me when I say shit like that. But it was just I saw how people were doing their bags, and when I call them at 12, they don't come till 3, and the shit's short, and they want to try to finesse you, and they want to do all of this, and they might get locked up. They got pulled over on the way, and they they mixed the mid with the loud, and it was just. I was just thinking like, bro, number one, my customer service is gonna be fire. Number two, I'm gonna be consistent. Number three, I'm not gonna short anybody. Number four, I'm not gonna mix it up. I just knew I was called to do it, and it's not like it was the consequences were as severe. But some people, like when you get a shitty job and you're just like, damn, I'm supposed to be working at McDonald's because these motherfuckers over here fucking up. You get me? Some people are just called to pimp because that's what they're supposed to do. I'm not saying that any little sign like, oh damn, this bitch needs somebody to talk to. I could do that. Don't. I mean, if that's what you want to do, some people are just called to be preachers. Some people are called to be preachers. Everybody has everything, and everybody has a place. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. But it's living your life. You gotta do what you have to do. It's not even you like, oh no, you gotta make some money. Pimping is not about necessarily making money, bro. It's not necessarily that. And I can't give you that because I'm not a pimp. So I can only speak so deeply about certain things. Cause I don't know, cause I wasn't there, cause I don't wanna be there, cause I haven't been there. I'm 31. Some people are just called to crip. Some people are called to pimp. Some people are called to be a blood. Some people are supposed to just go to prison and get out and be motivational speakers and make everybody's life better. That's on you. I'm not God, bro. I'm not saying you should or you shouldn't do anything. I'm not calling anybody bad, anybody good. Some people are supposed to do the most horrible things that you could think about and then make them the next Malcolm X. They were exactly in their place and they're supposed to do everything they're supposed to do. And if Malcolm X would have not died, would the world be worse? Would the world be better? I don't know. I don't. I don't want to know that because that's not the reality. You know what I mean? But Kelpy was not supposed to be a pimp because you see, look how he conducts himself. And I'm not saying that. I'm saying that from a standpoint as a former street nigga, and just look at what he does. You know, just like Pimp say, I don't want to meet you on the internet. I don't want to meet you. I want to meet you through the bit. You know what I'm saying? And I know all the little sayings, not all the little sayings. I know some certain little common things, but even like I said, even as a 19-year-old, when I was when I was doing what I was doing as far as selling dope, I understood what a lot of people said. The first the first transaction I ever made, the sensation I got, I was like, "Ooh, this is what I'm supposed to do." That made me feel good. Whatever the finesse and the fact that I was helping people feel pleasure, and the fact that I was keeping people safe, and the fact that I was doing good business, it's just you know when you know. It's just like when you hear a good song, when you live the right life, and when you do what you're supposed to do, you just know. And when you see people doing things, it's like, ugh. You know what I'm saying? And when somebody says, "Man, I just love this life," and when you see a gangbanger and they're being integral, or when you see a chef, or when you see somebody, whatever it may be, when when you work somewhere and you're like, nigga, you just need to be in the street or be in jail because you don't know what you're doing and you're not integral, you're not a real man. Like when you see a good mom and they're taking care of their kids and their kids are smart and they're clean and they're safe and they're responsible and they have good manners, you're like, bitch, you was supposed to be a motherfucking mom. Look at your ass. And then when you see a bad mom, you're like, what the, what the, I'm about to, I don't want to call CPS, but who is this? Who nothing? Oh yeah, they haven't seen their daddy in 3 years. I'm like, I wouldn't want to be around you if that's how you treat my kids either, bitch. I want to fucking another bitch and start over. Look at what the fuck? This nigga is 17 years old, still don't know his ABC. This nigga can't even read. What the fuck? This nigga's a little fuck up. That's the same sensation. That's the same sensation I get from watching Kelpy talking about that pimp shit. It's like watching a bad mother raise some badass, not even raise bad, just preside over some bad. It's like it's cringy. It's like, nigga, this is what you're doing to the community. You're making life worse for everybody. Anybody who meets them is gonna be a worse person. That's what I see when I see Kelpy talk about some pimp shit. That shit, it's just negative. It's cringy. And it doesn't matter if you're white and black or Latino. It's none of that. You just see this little boy is an asshole, or this little girl is gonna grow up to suck all the dick that has ever got hard in the world, and her mom is just like, nigga, don't tell me, nigga, I be paying on this motherfucking bill. Like, nigga, you know, ain't supposed to. The mom sounds like Sharpe. You sound like Sharpe in the voice. That's what. That's like have you ever met a woman that sounds like Sharpe with some badass kids? If you just watch a woman, a grown, dark skinned, ashy elbow, ankle ass bitch that has the same identical voice, the same vocal tonality of Sharpe on No Jumper.
Kelpy, I just want to punch you in the throat, homie. It's just, I don't ever call yourself a pimp, nigga.
That type of shit, bro. It's just like, ugh, who is this hot Cheeto throw head ass bitch? That same sensation. You feel me? But at the end of the day, that you just gotta stay in your lane, man. Like, it's like that. I'm burning some sage right now because this topic, man. Look at this. My sage, you fucking up the energy. My sage won't even burn all the way, boy. Little non-sage burning ass. But at the end of the day, you sound like that. You sound like that old lady off of SpongeBob that was asking if they had chocolate or not. Nigga, this is not good energy. But you fucking up the juju, dude. You fucking up. When Kanye was talking about the Jews, he was talking about the Jews. He was talking about your ancestors, boy. You said you was Mexican. Maury told me that was a lie. You not Mexican, boy. If you was Mexican, oh yeah, it's mostly just like cholo little gangbangers, like hoe hustlers. Bro, don't ever talk about your ancestors like that, dude. That's an abomin. Bro, I don't even want to keep. Look, I'm about to end this video, man, because I have other things to do. I gotta chew this trident. Man, Kanye, you not about to get me canceled, nigga. You better, you talk about that on your channel, sir. I haven't even made The most money I've ever had in my hand was $12,000. So when I get a little bit money, more money, and I could sustain my lifestyle with having a formal job, then we could speak about that. When y'all start contributing to the cash app in my super chat, when I get monetized, I mean, maybe I could speak some of that, but you're not about to trick me out of my position. But at the end of the day, Kelpy, it's okay to not be a pimp. Most people aren't pimps, and let them hoes go, man. I'm Aaron Moses. I just want you to let my people go. Why are you speaking on this, Aaron Moses? Because I have a few mentors that are, I don't know if they're pimps for real. You know, they're not even pimps. They're just really good actors. I'm not gonna lie. Because I mean, why you in my business, nigga? This nigga said, "Is your channel isn't monetized?" Look, man, my channel is mind your own business. That's what it is. That's what it is. I got people in my family that's just like a lot of people. Everybody has crackheads in their family. Everybody has pimps in their families. Everybody, I don't know. I mean, I'm from Chicago. It might be a little different. I got family in Chicago and Atlanta, but from my understanding, everybody has crackheads in their family. Everybody has pimps in their family. Everybody has hoes in their family. And if that's not true, shit, leave it in the comments. Let me know. So, you know, I got some pimps and some hoes and some prostitutes, some hoe hustlers, some fake ass pimps, some real ass pimps in my family. Some drug dealers, some game bangers, some real street niggas, some fake street niggas, all through my family tree, and I'm not ashamed to say it. But if that's not true, let me know. But at the end of the day, that's why I'm speaking on it, man, because a lot of people have lost their lives, you know, over the years, and all the Crips, all the Bloods, all the GDs, all the BDs, all the Vice Lords, all the Stones, all the 13s, all the North Sides, all the La Razas, all of whatever you are. I know you don't want anybody claiming your lifestyle when you lost a lot of people to, you know, institutions, into the graveyard, into drugs, from dealing from what they saw, you know, in their environment, and you want somebody coming in and, yeah, if you want to raise your hand and you want to be a BD, raise your hand. If you want to be La Raza or a 13, raise your hand. Are you, okay, you? Okay, are you a La Raza too? Okay, just come over here. No, that's not how it works, bro. That's offensive and it's harmful to the community and it's harmful to the authentic. And it's like some low key snitch shit. Like if you're a fake nigga, what's the difference between you being a fake criminal and being a snitch? Cause you're gonna do it anyway. Because that's not what you signed up for. Is a plan. But at the end of the day, I'm done with this. I just want everybody to love yourself, know yourself. Do what feels, no, don't do what feels right for you. Do what is you. Not what feels right, not just what you think is right. A balance of both. Be you, be yourself, stay in your lane. Get money, stay in your lane, don't be a lame. Those three things. The word lame means useless. And if you're not in your lane, then you're useless. You're not able to be used properly by your environment, by the universe, by God, by evolution, by sciences, by science, by your peers, by your mother, by your father, by your family. Be you. That's the best thing you could do. It's Aaron motherfucking Moses. I'm the bang, you the bang, we the bang together, man. Life is in the breath. Love yourself and breathe it in. God damn it. Peace. Yeah. Gang.